What?
And I'm going to give you one opportunity because we're friends.
Winner!
Who gives a shit about where the ball's been?
Yeah, F him. They went from loving this guy, best move ever, to hating him.
I think it's the most ridiculous thing in the world.
I love it because it tells you how the game was played.
There's nowhere for him to go. I think there's one place.
You can't do that in the national team.
Those things that are absolutely insane.
Successful and sexy? No. It wasn't aggravating at times? Yes.
Sorry,
That's not very fair.
It's not about being fair.
Welcome to the greatest soccer show ever.
Well, all right. Welcome to the weekly recap from We Are Soccer. Whoa, what a great weekend of football we had, my friends. Good Lord. Spurs Stadium was rocking today as Chelsea put 4 in. Whoa, I don't know if you watched that game, but we sure did, and we're going to talk about it. Wow, that was fun. Villa get back to winning ways. 2 wins in a row for my Aston Villa, although they made it difficult yesterday. We'll talk about that. Ollie Watkins, a little bit off the pace. Looks like he might be the Ollie Watkins of 2 years ago. Lots to talk about with Aston Villa. They're also playing in the Champions League this upcoming week. I'm looking forward to that. And, well, new boss, same result, Manchester United. We're talking about it. They suffer their first Premier League loss there. Second Premier League loss under Ruben Amorim. This one probably a little bit more devastating than the first one. We're talking about that. And they fired the man they just hired 5 months ago. We're going to talk about the overhaul at Manchester United. Also, Michail Antonio is going to struggle to get car insurance in England, provided he can drive after what has transpired this weekend. He smashed his car under a tree. He's in the hospital with surgery happening. We don't know the full details. We'll talk about it. Lots to get to today. By the way, we have a new MLS champion for the year, so congratulations to the LA Galaxy. We're talking about that. What a good game, by the way. Let us know if you watched it.
LA is now white and gold again.
Yes.
And not black and gold.
Not black and gold, just white and gold. 6th championship for the LA Galaxy there in MLS. So the 29th version of the MLS Cup played yesterday at 4 o'clock Eastern Time on Apple TV. Excuse me. We're also going to talk Virgil van Dijk, Mo Salah, and Trent Alexander-Arnold finally getting offered new contracts at Liverpool as they continue just dominating the EPL and Champions League. Unfortunately, their game this past weekend postponed with Everton due to weather. A couple of other things. Manchester City, still sliding as they drew 2-2 with Crystal Palace. All right, we're going to get a funny story in here, but first, before that, I want to introduce everybody else besides me in the studio. So we've got Nate, and we've got Brooks. Boys, how we doing? Doing all right?
I like your Manchester United fear porn right off the gate.
Fear porn.
Like, new manager, same result. No, that's okay. Go with whatever you want there, buddy.
2 losses. Hey, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. We'll talk about it. It has to be talked about.
It has to be talked about.
It has to be talked about.
Fine, but like you make it sound like it was a dreadful performance by United, was it?
Well, by one person.
By one person, for sure.
For sure.
But when you dominate possession by 71%, have 17 total shots on goal, 7 on target, and a expected goal ratio of 1.6. I don't think that's the same United as you had weeks prior.
Not same United, same result though.
Same result.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there. Maybe just leading off to draw the viewers in.
Yeah.
Draw the viewers.
That's what I said. Fear porn.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I guess that's a thing?
Sure.
That is
sure. Yeah.
Yeah. News do it all the time. They're like, crisis alert! Everyone who eats lettuce is going to die from Ebola that found possibly maybe in a plant, but we don't know if it's really on the food, but everyone's going to die!
Fear porn.
How about fear tactics?
Yeah, same thing.
That's a show. You can't say that. It's copyrighted.
Okay.
All right. All right, before we get to that, how was the weekend, Nate? Decent weekend?
Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah?
My boys got throttled by a team, but that's okay.
Oh.
No, it's good.
Right.
It's good.
It's good every once in a while to get your butt kicked.
Hey, I am all about learning through pain.
There you go.
And that's what I told the parents. We're going to learn through pain.
It happens.
Through pain.
You want to get better? You want to get seriously?
You gotta lose.
I'd like to get better.
You want to get better in anything in life?
You gotta lose.
absolutely.
You have to embrace
Adversity.
pain, not adversity. Pain, Brooks.
Sounds like Rocky.
No.
Sounds
pain.
like they got beat by
You
a
have
lot.
to. No, we lost 4-0. There's a very good team. Their speed of play is incredible. And I looked at my boys and said, we need to improve our speed of play. Boom. You learn everything through loss. You get better through loss. You want to be better in life? Lose.
Okay.
Okay.
Seriously.
Yes.
We Americans, you can't lose. That means you're inferior. Crap to that. Remember I said I wasn't going to swear no more.
No more swearing from
Yeah,
Nate.
I almost said something, but I didn't.
Well done.
Do not.
I had to think about that. That was painful on that
Yes.
reverse.
Pain.
You want to know I was able to bench 275 8 times?
Pain.
I kind of do.
I failed a lot.
Yes.
No, you put more weight on
Yep.
and you fail. And then when you fail, that's why you have a spotter to have that guy pull that thing off your neck.
Yeah, I don't want you
Okay?
to die.
Yeah, well, I thought about. Anyways, so,
Morbid
and you
there.
keep going, and you do it again and again and again, and then you don't fail, and then guess what? You add 5.
Yep.
And then you start failing again. And you constantly do it, and that's how you get bigger. That's how you get stronger. That's how you get better. And people are afraid to do it because they don't like it.
That's why they use steroids.
So like it.
I mean, that's what I do.
That's a load of garbage
I know,
too.
I'm
There
just-
is no. You still got even those guys who take the juice.
I know. They
Bruce,
still have to do it.
they absolutely have to do it,
I know.
and they're eating grueling diets and working out every day.
Yes.
I mean, I wouldn't do it and don't recommend it because you're gonna die at an early age. But like that's just a fact of life. Cook your insides. Anywho, but they still work.
Yeah.
You don't get anything without work, and that's what everyone forgets.
And that's today's message from Nate.
Fail.
We are soccer. Fail, and you don't get anything without work.
You show me any successful person, anyone, in any profession, in anything they do, and I'll show you a laundry list of failures.
Yeah, sounds right. We're not really. Yeah. Okay. I get that. I'm on board. But I'm not doing the lifting weight.
Yeah.
So
No, you don't have to. That's just
75.
an example.
I'm not doing that.
You could eat a donut eating competition.
I'm in for that.
Yeah.
I'm in for that. Let's do this. We should
Why
do
isn't
that.
there donut eating competitions? That seems a heck of a lot better. Almost swore again. Than hot dog eating competitions. I'm doing really good right now.
You are.
We should do a donut
Super
eating
well.
contest. I'm in on that. The We Are Soccer donut eating contest.
I might get a tummy ache after.
Jesus Christ.
I'm good for a donut and a half. I
good
got to
about
train a little bit
4.
more. I got to train hard. I got to fail at this in order to get good. Anyways, Brooks.
Yeah. Brooks, how was your weekend, buddy?
Good. Good.
Fail?
Did I fail?
Loser. I'm going to start calling people losers for not failing.
No,
For
I
not
mean, like,
failing.
this college combine I'm putting together, like, we've gotten shot down from a couple guys, but we've...
That's failure
my
enough.
bu-
You're winning.
My,
You're winning.
My buddy Scott and I have been very adverse, and we're going at it, contacting kids we already contacted and college coaches, and honestly, I think we may have just picked up some good late guys here for this combine before the app shut down later this week.
If
So
you need extra players, you let Nate and I know.
I can do it.
I think you may be able to. It's a good center forward group, but I think there's some center forwards that Scott and I we could play a 4-4-2 in some.
Let's do this. I'm in. I'm
Yeah.
in. Let's
And I was like, man, maybe Craig should sign up, and he'd be a good compliment for some of these guys.
Yeah.
Show the young guys how to score goals.
Yeah, I mean, they'd just speed past me at this rate. But I'm in. Let's do this. I'd show them how to do it.
Yeah. Sounds good. Yeah, MLS Cup, some college matches on Saturday I watched. Ohio State beat Wake Forest 3-0 at home. So
Yes.
Buckeyes going to the College Cup final along with 3 other sides. We'll talk about that later. But yes, so it's been a good weekend.
Brooks, your weekend this weekend is like the highs and the lows because you've got MLS, the pinnacle. It's the MLS Championship, the MLS Cup, and it's like, whoa, the whole season comes to a close. And when it's over, you're like, shit, that's the season. Oh crap! This is gonna be it's a long off season. But then and so you're happy, then you're sad, and then you the College Cup, and that's going well. But that ends next weekend, and you're like, oh no.
And the MLS draft is the 20th, so we're working on that stuff too. So that's fun.
And Brighton, they were up 2-0, but Leicester decided to spoil that.
I know.
Bunch
How
of
rude.
jerks.
How rude of them.
Yeah. All right. Got a funny story for you boys and everybody listening. So I got a text message yesterday from a buddy of mine. We all know him. We love him. Ben Leitner.
Yeah.
Mr.
You know,
Leitner.
he's been to the moon.
Ben Leitner has been to the moon.
Yeah. Why is that funny?
Oh, his Facebook photo?
No,
Yeah.
it's real though.
Oh,
This is
It
something
is?
I got to check out.
Yeah.
So check out his
Oh.
Facebook photo to see.
It was a little doctored because the AI added hair, but he's
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
get you. So I got a text from him yesterday, and I opened the text, and it's someone taking a selfie on his phone and sending it to me. It wasn't Ben. And I was like, why is Stephanie at a water park sending me a picture through Ben's phone? She's like, hey, it's me, Stephanie. I met your friend Ben. I'm
Oh,
like,
the Tottenham Hotspur
yeah,
fan?
I was like, what
Yeah,
the hell
she's
is
a cool-
going on
she's
right now?
cool.
So she sent me the message. She Facebook
Yeah.
messaged me, and she's like, here's the story. So we're at the water park with our kids, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, they got a hot tub that the
Yeah.
adults go in. She's like, we're sitting there, and we started talking soccer.
Yeah.
And then wouldn't you know it, she's like, We Are Soccer came up, and we were both like,
Aw.
yeah, we're both big fans of it.
Yay.
I mean, I think that's awesome. I don't know. That's just me. Question in the back from Nate, yes.
Why do you have a phone in a hot tub?
I mean,
You know,
I do.
No, I don't know. That's why I asked.
they're waterproof, aren't they?
Yeah, they are nowadays, actually. I don't know.
But still,
No, I mean, trust me, I've been to the water park and you get bored and you're like, I'm just going to have my phone and my beer and I'm going to sit in the hot tub. And a question from the man in the back, yes.
how do you get bored at a water park? There's stuff to do. I almost said
Yes.
I caught
Just,
3 for 3.
You go to the water park a lot, so you know the indoor ones with your kids.
But
So
I don't,
you definitely
I don't go down
know.
the slides anymore. I just get drunk and sit in the hot tub. Question from the man in the back again?
Why aren't you going down the slides? What's wrong with you?
Because there's beer and a hot tub.
You can do both.
I can't drink going down the slides. And I can't play on my phone and watch soccer. So
You can absolutely drink in line before you get to the slide.
this is true. Maybe
And
I
then
will.
You hand it to the lifeguard, say thank you, and then you go down. When he says
Duly
you can't
noted.
when he
Duly
goes, sir, you can't take that down. You go, oh, my bad, and then you give it to him. You pretend it's an accident, but when he sees you in line doing it a second time,
That's when he knows.
you just pretend it's an accident.
will.
What's he gonna do?
I don't know.
Throw you out?
Probably.
How are you gonna get down? Water
slide.
slide.
Well, I thought it was a great story. Stephanie and Ben didn't know
Yeah.
each other.
That's
Sitting
a
in a
good
hot
story.
tub.
I'm just confused on details of this.
We are the hot topic in water park hot tubs.
All right.
I mean, that's what I've always dreamed of.
You
We've
know-
made it. We have absolutely made it.
I still want the sandwich named after me.
What? What?
Yeah.
You don't have a sandwich name after you?
No, I
Not
want.
everybody had a sandwich named after you. In my house, I've got a sandwich named after me.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You know,
Cut up hot dogs on bread with butter.
I don't know the definition of making it.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure when people are not wearing a lot of clothing in water,
And drinking alcohol and playing on the phone and talking, we've made it.
you made it.
Just, you guys just want to go home now? Yeah.
See ya.
See it. That's it. The show's over. We've made it. All right. Nothing to do from here. No, Nate. No, actually, I do want to talk soccer today.
Yeah.
Come back. He's
back,
gone.
Nate.
He may have gone to the bathroom. I don't know.
Yeah,
No,
what?
we're still going to talk
Yeah.
soccer, I think. All right, let's jump in. So big thank you to our partners and our sponsors. Big thank you to Soccer World. SoccerWorld.net for all your soccer gear needs. Big thank you to Aaron Bird and the Next Level Training guys. If you're looking for some extra training for your youth soccer player, sign them up at Next Level Training. Big thank you to the Michigan Jags, one of the best organizations around the country for youth soccer. MichiganJagsFC.com is where you can find out more information on them. Big thank you to Thomas McGee's. Boys, we have got to get down to Thomas McGee's to watch more soccer games. I do it occasionally, but we got to get down there. They serve great beer down there,
I hate
man.
to say this, and it's going to pain me,
Yeah.
and I might throw up in my mouth a little bit afterwards.
Oh, boy.
I kind of want to go down there to see a Liverpool game.
Yep. Because it's a good atmosphere. They are the Liverpool bar. They have
It's
a
a
good
good
time.
atmosphere, and actually Liverpool's playing.
They played really well.
Sorry.
You all right over there?
No.
Just throwing up just a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of it.
Well, Thomas McGee's, we'll get down there. We're gonna get down there. We're gonna have some beers over the Christmas break, my friends.
Can I also do another plug? Reverse plug?
Reverse. Okay,
Well, you
go
already
for it.
plugged it.
Go for it. Check.
You know, NLTs, they're having holiday camps coming up.
They are.
Right there.
They are. And I would highly recommend them, especially that pro camp, for me to sign my daughter up first and then go ahead and sign up so she doesn't get pimped out of a spot. But those are always fun to go to.
The pro camp, you say, huh?
Yeah, where Aaron calls in the
big
football
guns,
players. Yeah.
yeah.
And no, it's great for the kids. It really is. Then you know what?
Oh, it's for kids. Shit, so I can't sign up.
You're not one of the pro players?
No, not anymore. No.
No, but you know if you're like me, you can squeeze in there and shove your kid aside and then talk to him, get an autograph. Hey,
Sign my shirt again.
No, I mean no, but it's really cool because they go around, they play, and in all seriousness, they kind of tinker around with the kids a little bit, and it's
Kids love it, don't they?
Yeah, they interact with the kids, and it's really a great thing, you know. And I actually even told Erin that after Sydney did her first one, how great it was and how appreciative. Because it's cool. You know, he puts in the extra effort to make it really memorable for the kids.
Yep. Nextlevel-training.com. Figure it out how to get there and get the signed up for those pro camps. Because as you heard Nate say, kids love it, and so do the adults who love soccer.
Yeah,
It's
I
great
believe
just to
they're
watch.
at a bunch of different of the locations. I think if memory serves me right, last year, and the information will probably come out soon on the site. But they usually do one here, one over west.
Bloomfields,
They
and
do,
then
the few of them. So
you know, but yep, absolutely. Also, big thank you to the football doc, Dr. Zachary Atwood. Very much appreciate everything he does for us. Check out his stuff on social media, guys. The football doc, Dr. Zachary Atwood. He's got some great exercises for you to do if you've been injured, and if you're just looking to strengthen your core and your legs as a soccer player, check out the football doc. Big thank you to the Fab Football Academy, Fab Academy in England. If you've got a gap year, if you're looking to make it, if you're looking to get to England, they have an absolutely phenomenal setup over there. Check out fabfootball.co.uk for more information. All right, listen, a lot of games happened this weekend. A lot of games happened midweek. We're going to jump to the ones this week, and I absolutely loved the game that happened today as Chelsea went to Tottenham. They went to Tottenham today, and within 15 minutes, Cucurella had fallen over twice. He had to change his boot. He caused 2 goals.
you remember when Cucurella was good?
No!
Remember when in the summer where he had his own song? He's like, ah! And then he went back to the Premier League and he's just getting bossed around. And he's just really bad. He's really bad. How do you not figure out the grounds during warm-ups?
Nate, it's not even during warm-up. Before the game, before they're even warming up, players come out, and you know what they do? They test the ground, they walk around, they all kind of talk about it, what studs are going to wear, And Cucurella went out after that, warmed up, still had the wrong effing boots on, played a soccer game, fell over twice. 2 goals came from this.
Yes.
2 goals.
Both turnovers and straight-up goals off of it.
Tottenham are up 2-0.
Yep.
Because Cucurella falls over, slips.
Cucurella.
Cuckoo. He had to go off, change his boots. After the game, he took a picture of his boots, the ones he took off, in the garbage can.
Yeah, I saw that. That was a little.
And then
what a waste of boots. Just give it to someone.
I mean,
That's
I wouldn't take him.
Sponsor.
I don't want him from him anyway. I mean, listen, I've seen some dumb things in my time, but jeez, man,
I think
figure
I
it
take
out.
those boots.
In the past couple of days in England, the weather's been terrible. It's been rainy, it's been windy, it's just been downright awful.
Sounds like England.
Typical English weather.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
Depressing.
yes.
Yes.
But
Is that why you're so pessimistic in that country sometimes?
Me? I don't know.
No, not you.
Or
Just
people?
the
People
native
in general?
Englanders, yeah.
Sorry, it's back to the football.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So Tottenham are up 2-0, and then Chelsea remember, oh yeah, we've got this resurgence going on.
No.
And we're good.
They remembered they had Cole Palmer.
Yep.
And they're like, hey, do some stuff for us. Make it cool, will ya?
Do some stuff.
I told you he can be a leading goal scorer in the EPL.
He-
You guys didn't believe me
Well,
as a midfielder.
He had
Oh, I'm just going to tell you to can it.
Come
because-
on.
No,
he had
no,
2
I
penalties.
don't.
2
You
penalties today. He scored 2 penalties.
Hey, raise your hand if you thought Chelsea was going to get relegated last year.
Raise that hand.
No,
Raise that hand.
You can't go.
Yeah.
Well, I told you about this Chelsea team.
Hey, they were crap the year before. Come on.
I mean, maybe buying 52 players a day has now worked for them.
Right.
Don't insult me.
But now they've put it all together. It's finally come together.
Yes.
Cole Palmer.
They do look really good.
Enzo Fernandez
Yeah.
played really well. Caicedo
Even
played out on
Jackson
the right.
scoring goals,
Nicholas
which is
Jackson
crazy.
scoring a little bit. That's
Yeah.
how. You know who played and a hell of a goal today, by the way? The first goal for Chelsea? Jadon Sancho.
Yep.
I mean, that goal was phenomenal. He hasn't played very much in the last couple of weeks.
He's gone in there, but
In and out. But today he played very well.
well, he's still technically a Manchester United player.
I don't think they were going to call him back, though, right? Isn't the plan that they take him on for the year, they pay a salary, and at the end of the year, the fee has already been negotiated?
He is going to go, but they still have to execute it.
Yeah.
They still have to execute it.
I mean, listen, I think he's a good, still a great, really good young player. He showed it today. But Cole Palmer, listen, Caicedo makes a great run to the box, gets fouled, and Cole Palmer steps up and absolutely blasts to the keeper's right, Cole Palmer's left. The whole time he's running up, he's looking this way, and he shoots that way. Took it very well. Noted where the keeper jumped, by the way.
Yeah.
And then, a little later on,
Cheeky.
he gets fouled in the box himself. Terrible penalty to give away. He's going away from goal.
Both penalties were bad.
Both
Even
penalties.
The first one, because it was unnecessary for him to dive in like that.
Agreed.
He was more. You're right. The second penalty he was actually facing away. The first penalty he was facing kind of near it, but he's going away from goal. Just all you have to do is guide the guy out, not dive in. And he missiled in.
Yep.
Took him out.
And then so Cole Palmer steps up to take his second penalty of the game, and he does the exact same thing. He runs up, he's looking to the right, and what did he do last time? He looked to the right and he shot left, and this time he Panenka'd it right down the middle. And just genius, just absolutely ballsy.
Yeah.
I mean ballsy. Before he made it 4-2,
The Enzo Fernandez goal.
the Enzo Fernandez goal, he
Class.
which part?
Class.
The Cole Palmer dancing around and then having a shot kind of blocked and deflected, and Enzo running in and blasting it. Brilliant.
That on the first touch hit.
Yeah.
Boom.
It was 2-2 at one point, Nate, and Hyun-Min Son was one-on-one with the Chelsea goalkeeper, and he missed the goal completely.
Yeah, this game was pretty back and forth, and it does just come down to the mistakes of both teams on the defensive line.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah.
You know, Cucurella with his slippy slip, and then, Tottenham with their guys just losing their brains and not closing out right. Because in all sense, you take away those two penalties, worst case, it's a draw.
Right.
But I think it could have been – it was a coin flip type game, even though – possession, I think, was in favor for Chelsea, but I think that's always a false stat. I always look at XG, and the XG was pretty damn even, and the shots were pretty darn even as well.
Agreed. It could have gone either way. Just some silly mistakes defensively on both sides. The bad thing for Tottenham in this, Mickey van de Ven, their center back, injured once again. Man, looked like a hamstring injury again. This guy cannot stay healthy. So that's unfortunate. What happened midweek? I'm sorry, for Tottenham. The Tottenham center back there got injured. What happened midweek to Tottenham? They go down to Bournemouth, lose, and all of a sudden the fans
they're horrible.
Nutty at Ange.
Yeah, and Ange,
They're
yeah.
pissed. They're pissed. My dad today and I were talking about Tottenham, and he said, "You know what? Daniel Levy, he's a SOB, but he is not very patient. He does not like to be patient. He wants winning, and he wants winning now."
Yeah, it's kind of like the George Steinbrenner of soccer.
How long does
Doesn't
Ange
know
have
much
le-
about soccer, but he just wants to win.
Just wants to win. Ange Postecoglou, he's got to be a little bit on the hot seat right at this point, because they've lost a couple. They're up and down. They beat Villa. They beat City. They played well, and then they lose to Bournemouth. They lose this one to Chelsea after being up 2-0.
Yeah, they're sitting 11th. Here's the other problem, though. You talked about Van der Beek going on, but they lost two center backs that game.
Wow.
Romero went out 15.
Yeah.
So both starting center backs went out.
This could be a downslide, a real slide for Tottenham as they go through as we get to the holiday season, as they call it, right? I mean, this is
When
coming.
a lot of games happen.
I mean, I would love to know who they're playing in the next 7 or 8 games.
I'll tell you.
Whoa!
yeah,
Like
this
that
guy-
was.
okay.
Want to know why?
Yeah, because you got it pulled up. And you're a smart man. Who they got, Nate?
They got the Rangers for
Oh,
Europa. Who cares?
Is that in Scotland?
Yep.
Yeah. So listen, that is. Spurs could put out their second team and beat Rangers. Okay.
Whoa.
Rangers.
They are on a bit of a downslide now. Celtic's the better one right now.
I watched Rangers versus Celtic 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah.
Let's just say.
Yeah.
They
need a little restructuring.
It's
at
a step
Rangers.
below the Premiership.
Yeah.
Spurs should win that one,
So
but
that's Thursday.
who else they got, Nate?
Sunday, Southampton.
Southampton.
At Southampton.
Southampton have coming off a really good display at Villa, by the way. A really good display
They drew it right.
last week, and a really good display against Man City. I think they're a really good display against Liverpool. I think it was last week or the week before where they lost 2-1.
Yeah.
Liverpool had to come back. I think Southampton are due for a win at some point real soon, so that could be it. That's a tough one. Don't write that one off.
Thursday,
Mm-hmm.
December 19th,
Uh-oh.
EFL, Man United.
And so with all the injuries in there that Spurs have, who knows who they'll field on that one, where they'll focus.
Sir.
That's
Liverpool.
that's going to be a good game. And then Liverpool.
Sunday.
Oh my. What's the date on that one? Is that the
22nd? They basically go Thursday, Sunday, Thursday, Sunday, Thursday, Sunday until January 4th.
Wow. Oh my. With injury, a little bit of an injury crisis going on. They could find themselves way outside of the Champions League spots at this point, because that is the goal for them this year. That is the goal for Tottenham this year, is to finish inside the top 4.
I honestly, as a United fan, I like our chances against Tottenham.
I agree. Absolutely.
2 center backs out.
If you would have, I would have called you nuts 2 weeks ago if you would have said that. But now with their center backs out, the slide they're in after Bournemouth and now this Chelsea debacle,
Yep.
100%, my friend.
Yep.
Yeah. So, Spurs doing Spurs things.
And I think, and I know you're gonna hate this comment because you hate me and any of my lore that is United fans. I have no reason to believe that United's not going to get better with every game that they play as they improve their system, and we'll get to that later.
Mm-hmm. We'll get to that. Yes.
We'll get to that later.
But yes.
But I think they're just going to continue for now. We'll see if that carries on. I'm not delusional, United fan. I'm just saying for now.
Okay.
We'll
get there.
As they round it out, I think they'll be getting better and better.
Yeah. I would expect them to get better and better. Yes, we'll get there. I've got a lot of thoughts on that. Why don't we jump to one of the games that happened? One of the first games that happened yesterday was Aston Villa versus Southampton at Villa Park, by the way. Villa coming off a nice midweek run win against Bournemouth. 3-0, I believe it was. Villa played well at home. I'm sorry, not Bournemouth, Brentford, excuse me. At home against Brentford, Villa played like Villa of old. Like Villa of old, knocking the ball around, putting the ball in the net. It was 3-0 at halftime. They're running, they're scoring, they're doing what they do. You just said, okay, they're at home this Saturday against lowly Southampton. Let's do this. Let's go at it. Let's do this again. And it took them a while to get warmed up, but once they did, they got to be flowing. Johan Duran scored a goal, by the way. A very nice goal. He worked this goal himself. Ball comes over the top. He's the one who tips it past the defender. He runs in, takes the goal. Very nice, well-taken goal by Johan Duran. And then you just think, okay, Villa are going to start to really press and put the screws in. And in the second half, they did. They started to press. They put the screws in. They caused turnovers. And you thought, okay, it's that final pass. Yep. Here it goes. Missed it wide. Okay, the final pass. Here we go. And they shoot, and it was blocked. And you're thinking, okay, that's 2 to 3 chances that just haven't taken. If another chance comes, we're going to get a goal. And another chance would come, and we'd miss. And another chance would come, and we'd miss. And you're just thinking, what the F is going on? Villa did win 1-0, very, very valuable 3 points. But, my oh my, I haven't seen finishing like that in a Premiership game in a long time. It was woeful. Just absolutely horrific, to say the least. Ollie Watkins should be ashamed. He went one-on-one with the keeper. He missed some passes a couple of times. He hung on to the ball a couple of times. Like, man, you only played 30 minutes and you could have had 3 goals with just that killer instinct that you had last year. Where the heck is that gone? It is what it is. Defensively, Villa did the job. They got the shutout. They got a 1-0 win. They move up officially. I think it was in the 5th. Maybe now they dropped to 6th after today's games. I am a little bit concerned. This Tuesday, they travel to Germany to take on RB Leipzig.
Oh, yeah.
So
That's an easy win.
currently, yes, because
That's an easy win.
Leipzig actually don't have any wins in the Champions League.
Nope. They're god awful right now.
They are terrible right now.
Have at it.
Yeah.
Enjoy that one, buddy.
We did play them in New Jersey this past summer, and I think they beat us like 2-0.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. That's friendly. You're good.
Exactly.
Have fun.
I do think Villa win this one. They'll make it difficult on themselves because we're Aston Villa. That's what we do.
You're going to win it like 4-1.
I hope so. All right, let's jump to that next game. Let's go Crystal Palace 2, Manchester City 2. All right, before we jump in and talk, here's what I've got on this game. After the draw with Crystal Palace, that's now 21 goals conceded.
Wow.
6 defeats, 2 draws, and just 1 win in the last 9 games in all competitions for Manchester City. 9 games, 21 goals conceded, 6 defeats. That is not the Manchester City we've come to know.
Yeah.
Manchester City are on a huge line. And it's telling because Pep Guardiola is tense and he's reacting in the streets to people talking to him and shouting at him. He is in a tough spot right now.
Players are not listening anymore.
Has his voice, has the Pep Manchester City voice disappeared from the dressing room? Are they
Possibly.
stopped?
Like I said, there's a time where, like last week, there's a time when things get stale, right? There's a time when things get stale, and you need a new voice in there. You need some type of big change, whether it's something in the front office or certain players coming in. And I wonder if the winter transfer window, they go, if the guys want to leave, they let them leave, and then, they pick up some new guys.
Brooks, I think in the transfer window they have to do something.
Yeah.
I think they need to pick up another forward. They've had a couple of injuries, but I think the Julian Alvarez, letting him go to Atletico in the summer, I think that's hurting them. I think they need another option up front. Now, Haaland did have a goal, but he hasn't. It's not about him. It's more about what he's able to create, and the team aren't able to create as much help him create. So I think they're missing a Julian Alvarez type player, another quick, small forward. And again, though, we shouldn't cry because, listen, it's Man City. They've got a Jack Grealish. They've got a Kevin De Bruyne on the bench. Ederson has been on the bench. 70 million pound goalkeeper, one of the best goalkeepers in the world, has been on the bench for the last 3 games. Stefan Ortega has been starting because he's in better form.
The question is, though, does Grealish and everyone else want to be there? I feel like Grealish wants to start again. I think he's kind of had it.
I
just said, like, grass isn't greener on the other side. He went there, he won stuff, but did you really win anything if you really weren't a huge contributor for things?
Well, he did contribute the first year when they won the Premiership. He's won a Champions League with them. So, listen.
But, did you really feel like you won it because, you were just kind of a part of the team and not really a part of the core?
I don't know.
I mean, that has to bug him. That has to bug him.
I think he was. I think he was a part of the core. I think so, but maybe your thoughts are he isn't. So anyway, City continue the slide, just sliding down the table. We'll put that up in a second after we get through another game or two here. All right. Ipswich 1, Bournemouth 2. Brighton Hove Albion up 2-0 at Leicester. Tied 2-2. Jamie Vardy party comes out and does it again. 2-2. A valuable point for Leicester as they've moved up to 16th.
Yeah.
We did mention it in the opening. Everton versus Liverpool was postponed officially due to wind and rain and the weather. It was horrific. Some stories come out. Some big Everton fans who've traveled around the globe to get to this game because it's the last Merseyside derby at Goodison Park.
Yeah.
And with it postponed, they were going to have to leaving without seeing this game. The club reached out to them when they found they'd traveled a long distance and did some very nice things for them. They invited them to training and gave them some signed tops and things like that. So that was pretty nice. All right, Manchester United 2, Nottingham Forest 3. That first half, I thought United played well. I thought there could have been a couple of extra goals there. The second half, they came out flat, and oh my, kind of went from bad to worse at one point there. Nate, I'll let you have your say on the Man United 2, Nottingham Forest 3 at home at Old Trafford game.
I didn't think they go flat at all the whole game. I thought they were still going forward, still trying to score. I thought the defensive woes were insane. Gotta be, I mean, why you would have – so let's go to their first goal. First goal came off a set piece from a corner. The Martinez, 5'10", is marking up a player who's 6'5".
Why?
Why would you not have DeLitt, Mark, who's 6'4", Mark the center back, who's 6'5", right? And so that sounds like –
Agreed.
And I'm not putting that on coaching. I'm not – stuff happens – in the heat of the game, quickly you're organizing.
Sure.
That's an easy fix, right? That's an easy fix. That should be an easy fix, right? Then you look at the second goal, which I believe was the Fernandez turnover and the shot. I think that no. The second goal was the lofted chip in where the center back and an outside wing back and a goalkeeper all went, oh, that's.
That's going to go out. Oh, no, that's in.
Yeah.
Oh,
And that
no.
I'll put that more, again, no offense, on Onana for not judging that right and being in the right position than two players expected to try to head something that's lofted in. Okay, mistake. Third goal. Again, Onana diving left. They say it was maybe deflected. I don't think it was. I think it went. And he just dived left and it went kind of shifted right. And he judged wrong.
You judged it.
Now,
very
I'll
wrong,
say
yeah.
this. For all of his woes that game, Onana's been pretty consistently doing well, actually, for most games. So he had a bad night.
He had a nightmare of a night.
He had a
I think
nightmare of a night.
defensively, they didn't help him in front. In front of him, the defense didn't help because that ball and the third goal, Fernandez gets the ball and he
that's
tries
the
this
turnover.
little flick, right? And you're like, "What? That was never going to come off. What are you doing?" And then off more, Gibbs White goes and scores.
But that shot was an easy save.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
an
Third
easy
goal?
Oh yeah.
And
The third goal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
the only I'm not trying to totally stick up for the back line. The only one that I think that they got wrong was the first goal at the man marking. Other than that, they did actually pretty darn well. And even Harry Maguire, when he got in, was actually doing pretty solid with winning balls in the air and not letting things over.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, Harry Maguire. That's the one thing he is exceptional at is winning the ball in the air. He will win the ball every single time in the air, right? He is, for me. I think he's earned his. I think he's earned his starting place. I think he needs to get in there now. Whether that fits into Amorin's system, I don't know. But
It doesn't, and that's why he's not going to play.
why did he all of a sudden come in?
Because I'll tell you, Nottingham Forest decided to sit back and basically punt the ball as long as they could to afford. So it suited him just to stand there and then head the ball, because that's what he did. He basically stood there and they couldn't get out of their end that whole second half. They were basically blocked and they weren't interested.
Sure.
And that's what made it frustrating for United, because once they basically packed the box and held and squeezed and prayed, and that's where United kind of dominated possession even in the waning hours, and were just flinging balls left and right in. Just couldn't get one in at that point. Højlund's goal was nice. He's clearly a guy, if he's in there,
He'll find the net.
he'll find the net.
Yep.
They had a couple other chances the first half that kind of went wide.
Yep.
Honestly, I don't like the loss, is what it is. I didn't think they looked that bad though.
Second loss in a row. The first loss against obviously Arsenal. Arsenal are a top two team right now, so and both goals came off of set pieces.
If you rewind back weeks ago when I was talking about Erik ten Hag, and I think I was saying it was
And making fun of him.
and making fun of him, probably making fun of him.
Yeah.
I brought up the fact when I watched Stuttgart, right?
Yeah.
As just, hey, when they go down, I'm not like, well, let's go see what else I can do. Let's go make some toast. This game's over. We're not coming back, right?
When he goes watch the paint dry.
Yeah, might as well. We're done
Gotcha.
because we can't score. We can't, create anything offensively, and it's, we're just done. We're toast.
Right.
And we'll get to how Stuttgart came back this weekend. But this game didn't feel like that. This game, I still felt like they were going forward. They had opportunities, even with the mistakes, even when they're shooting themselves in the foot.
Right.
They're still. I'm looking at going, wow, they're breaking through. Wow, that just one little passed off. Wow, a little knock here, maybe that goes in. This is still a game. Yep. They're still going forward and they're still threatening, and that's why Nottingham Forest, I think, when they went up by 2, went
Sat back, parked
and
it.
parked it in.
Transition,
because they went,
counter.
we're in trouble here if we go forward.
Yes, because they'll be exposed.
So
exactly.
let me throw this out there, poking the bear a little bit, if you will.
Oh, I got facts and figures too.
I said last year at this point when United were doing kind of this same thing, not how they're playing, but the results, they weren't going their way, right? And I said, listen, I actually don't think it's the manager. I don't think it's that. I think it's the players. I think it's the players who are not United caliber players. I don't think there's a lot of them in there who are willing to put their body on the line and work hard enough.
Yep.
It sounds like now it's obvious it's the same players minus 3 or 4, right?
Yep.
Who have come and gone. I still only see 3 or 4 different players who could potentially, in my opinion, be United quality players. The rest are just there. They're not the. This is Manchester United and Old Trafford. used to be the fortress. You were scared to go there. You were scared to have your club go there. The players were scared to go there because there's this aura about it. That is not there anymore. And it's, I think, part and due to the players that they have who are not working their socks off and willing to do what it takes to win. Is that the case, or am I just...
I think you're wrong.
Okay.
And so I think you're wrong at this juncture to say that.
Okay.
Not... Could you be right? Yes. But I think at right now, this minute, today, as we sit here, 5 games in.
Yep.
Sure.
New system, new coach, new way of playing.
Yep.
Yarrow, that's his first game.
Yes.
Garte is now, considered...
One of your automatic starters.
And did well.
Yes.
Created the most chances.
Okay.
Kobe Minu just came back from injury, trying to learn it as well.
Yep.
Fernandez playing
Okay.
slightly different.
I'll give you that.
So
I'll give you that.
That's why I'm saying
Okay.
I have to disagree with you right now. Just right now, because I think it's still way too early to tell that.
I think we could reassess January 1st,
reassess.
January 2nd, and go, okay, now we're 10 to 12 in, right?
Can I go to the positive?
Where has it been let down, or where has it picked up? Yeah, go for it. Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
What are the positives out of the? And I'm not in any way. Let me phrase this. What are the positives out of the loss? Because sometimes there's not, but sometimes there is.
I'm going to give you why I think.
Please.
My last comment of why United is going to hopefully continue getting better. You never know what the future is, but right now the numbers would dictate that.
Go for it.
Last 5 games, average percentage under Eric Ten Hag, 51%. Average XG last 5 games, 1.4. Average goals per games, 1.4. Okay, last 5 games. Last 5 games that they've played under their new manager, 63% possession average. XG 1.3, so roughly the same. Here's the big number. Average goals per game, 5.
Okay, so they're getting more chances. He's creating.
5.
They're creating much more
Average.
chances. Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
The only game they were skunked out was Arsenal.
Yeah. I can see that. Listen, for sure. I can definitely see, especially in a 3-back system where you're getting wide and you're gonna get more service and everything.
So
yeah.
That's where I'm looking at it going, hey, to me, it's improvement.
Yeah.
Let it lie until there is. And I was the same way actually with Eric Ten Hag too. If there's improvement, I think with any manager, you got to look at it and go, okay, it's not all going to be fixed in a day. Yeah. If there's improvement and there seems to be an upswing of play, you got to let it play out. It's when it goes stale and then down over a long period of time that you got to go, meh. Yeah. And that's why I was like, Ten Hag, got to go, because that's what happened.
The staleness game. Let me ask you this real quick. We'll get to a comment.
I got a question.
We got a question or a comment coming in, but let me ask you this real quick. I said it last week. How are United fans overall feeling? Because all United fans are used to winning, and now we've had the first manager of the year fired, which was yours, and now there's a couple of wins, but also now 2 losses. So today, how are United fans feeling? Are they still as optimistic as, because you're optimistic about it, are they still as optimistic as you? Majority, or are they?
There was a lot of messages in that Red Devils chat. It was too big for me. I kind of fell asleep a little bit.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Question from you,
I'm going to go with yes.
Yes.
Go, sure, why not? Yes. Yeah.
My question for you, Mr. United fan,
Yeah, what up?
and everyone else.
What up, now?
All right. So Rude is now at Leicester. He sits at 14 points in 16th place.
Okay.
Man United sit at 19 and 13th place. What happens? This is hypothetical. What if Rude does better than the new guy? Is it a mistake?
No.
No.
And here's why, because I don't think, first thing, Rude's never managed a team ever before.
Fair.
Okay, so that's a risk. And we've already played that game once.
Sure.
Didn't work out for us.
Yep.
Second, I think the players, and this is what I think Ineos was doing, or is doing, and also why Eric Ten Hag got fired, and also why their sporting director got fired, is the group as a whole are picking up players that were going to play a certain system that only a few coaches could play.
Okay.
It's not surprising to me, and I said this right in the beginning when people were like, why'd they pick up DeLitt and Yarrow?
You suggested 3-back. I remember this.
It's going to
yes.
be a 3-back
And I saw
system.
that too.
It's easy to pick.
Yes.
So I think no offense to Rude, and not to say that he will be bad at Leicester. I hope he does great. I think he will do great.
Yep.
I think he will. But I don't think the players that they have invested in are going to pan out to what he wants to play.
Okay.
Yep, good answer. All right, last thing on Manchester United, they did fire their sporting director today. So Dan Ashworth leaves Manchester United after only 5 months. Ashworth arrived in July after a settlement, which is believed to be in the millions of pounds from Newcastle United. He was central to the process behind selecting a successor to former coach Erik ten Hag, which eventually saw Ruben Amorim appointed from Sporting CP. Ashworth oversaw the arrival of 5 major signings in the summer: Matthias de Ligt, Nusar Mozawi, Ugarte, Lani Uro, and Joshua Zirkzee, arriving at the combined fee of more than £180 million. The loss to Forest left United in 13th, as we heard. Their lowest tally after 15 games since 1986. All right, so we've all been in a situation at an employment where we've seen this happen. Your company hires someone, and within a couple of months they figure it out, and instead of just letting someone sit there earning money doing nothing, they fire him. Unfortunately, it usually doesn't cost them millions of dollars like it did Manchester United. I
can tell you why he got fired.
I say good work, Manchester United. You found someone who it didn't work. Get it out now instead of just dragging Deadwood along. Bad news is he was only there 5 months, obviously, and it cost you a lot of money. Go ahead, Nate. What?
He cost them a lot of money, and that's why he's gone.
For all the players he signed?
No, the rumor is he wasn't instrumental in all those deals.
That was Erik ten Hag?
Nope.
No.
There was 2 other guys involved. Yeah, Wilcox and I forget the other name.
And they always the report I read from, I believe, might have been BBC Sports, was he wasn't that instrumental, and he was always the odd man out with his stuff. But what he was the odd man in was wanting to keep Erik ten Hag for one more season.
So he cost them millions
for extending
the contract, and because they had to pay Newcastle to bring him in.
And that's why he was gone. And according to that article, Ratcliffe was not impressed with Erik ten Hag from day one. And that was this guy's decision and talking into.
Yep.
That's why I made that comment on Facebook. That's what happens when you back the manager that gets fired.
Yep. Yeah. All right. Well, here are the bookies' favorites to replace Dan Ashworth. So the bookies have Crystal Palace director of football Dougie Friedman as the front runner. There's also Atletico Madrid's Andrea Berta at 4-1 odds. Juventus's Cristiano Guntioli is next on the list, and United could get Lee Congerton at 16-1 odds from former Leicester City and Atlanta. Who is now works with Al Hilal. They've also got Maldini. Paolo Maldini is rumored to be interested in on the list. So
I guess it's going to be Hispanic.
You think so? You think they'll find as a hit?
If he's going to work with the head coach, they got to have the same mind. And I don't think English guy it's a cultural thing. I don't think English. I think
not arguing with you. I agree.
I think some English guys don't respect the foreigners. The foreigners don't respect it. There's not a lot of guys that like to be similar minded.
Do you want me to give you an example of where that happened and where it worked out?
Go for it. Villa?
Unai Emery. They brought him in, and then what did they do? They started filling in we'll call it higher-ups and around him.
Hispanic guys.
Same Spanish guys.
Same mindset.
Same mindset. And actually good friends. They've all worked together before. He recommended Monchi, who came in, and now why? Because it works. It works well. So you're not wrong. That might actually be the way to go. So anyway, that's the news on the Premiership. Why don't we put up the table? Here we are. This is what we're looking at. Liverpool running away with it. They are now a game behind being played, unfortunately, but still 4 points ahead. Liverpool are just running the roost of the APL and the Champions League. Chelsea find themselves in second spot, all alone on 31 points. Arsenal on 29 points in third. Manchester City, 27 points for all their big slide that they've had after 15 games. 27 points still in fourth. Now, boys, I'm going to tell you right now, I think the top 4 is in the top. That's it. The final top 4 of the season right now for me is it'll finish somehow Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, Manchester City. Maybe not quite in that order, but that is your top 4, and that's how I think this will finish it out. Nottingham Forest, with their win at Manchester United today, yesterday, takes them up to 5th on 25 points, beating Villa by 1 goal difference for 5th spot. Villa in 6th, Brighton Hove Albion in 7th, Bournemouth playing well up into 8th after their win this past weekend. This past week over Spurs. Brentford 9th, Fulham take a nice point from Arsenal, and they're in 10th. Then you've got Tottenham, Newcastle, Manchester United, and West Ham. That is incredible to me that clubs like Tottenham, Newcastle, Man United, and West Ham rounding out the 11th through 14th spots. Incredible. Everton find themselves in 15th, Leicester, Crystal Palace, then your bottom 3, Ipswich, Wolves, and Southampton. And I think we can all agree Ipswich, Wolves, and Southampton could find themselves in the championship next season. Listen, the Premiership, in my opinion, there's a lot more parity than there's ever been. It is week in, week out. I mean, look, you saw Fulham today. Arsenal 1-1. You saw Manchester United, Nottingham Forest. That's kind of flipped from a couple of years ago. Southampton, bottom of the table, playing Villa tough, and Villa only winning 1-0. Parity all over the place. What a fun league it is to watch. All right, we're gonna talk car crashes. We've got MLS champions. We've got some Bundesliga. We got a lot to get to. We'll be right back right after this.
I'm Craig Hearn. Today, I'm here with the football doc, Dr. Zachary Atwood. He's going to show me some simple exercises and stretches to do before my soccer games. Because to be honest, I'm getting a little older and I need to be better prepared for these games. All right, he's got some stuff he's going to show us. Let's jump in.
What's up, guys? Dr. Zach here with Craig. We're going through a dynamic warm-up here. Super important, especially in this age group as we get older. A lot of guys that I see, they go right from their car and straight to the field without any warm-up. We want to make sure that we're getting the body warm, we're getting loose, we get the heart rate up so that we can help reduce injury. All right, guys, so I've got Craig currently doing some grass sweeps. He's doing a Frankenstein stretch, and he's also going through some pogos right now. Whoa, Craig, what the hell?
Yep, sorry, Doc. All this newfangled dynamic warm-up, this and that. What was wrong with my old warm-up? Oh, yeah, the doc was right. Definitely need the new warm-up. Oh, good Lord. All right, we got a fun section coming up in a little bit here where we're going to answer some questions on the whiteboard, and I want everybody watching to put their answers when I ask the questions in the comments. We got a couple of things. We're going to talk Cole Palmer. We're going to talk Michail Antonio. We're going to talk how many beers did Craig have on Friday night. We got a couple of other questions. We want your answers. All right, before we get to that, though, it is officially Bundesliga chat time, brought to you by Soccer World. SoccerWorld.net for all your soccer gears needs, and you can pick up all of the Bundesliga jerseys from the big clubs. Nate, my friend, it is Bundesliga chat time.
When it's late at night and everyone's bored and have nothing else to talk about, it's Bundesliga chat time with Craig and Brooks.
I love the Bundesliga, man. Let's do this.
Nobody.
I do. All right, man. What's going on with the Bundesliga?
This week we kick off with VfB Stuttgart versus Union Berlin. Nate clicked on 10 minutes late to watch Union Berlin, or actually about 30 minutes late, to watch Union Berlin score their first goal, and then I started to cry. The crying went even harder at the 48th minute when they scored their second goal, and it was 2-0, and I was like, damn it.
You swore.
Is damn it a swear?
Yes.
Is damn it a swear?
Darn it.
Not in my house, it's not.
Thank you.
Okay.
But like a Christmas miracle, Stuttgart went, hey guys, remember when we were second in the league? Everyone's like, yeah. Like, let's do some of that. And on comes Nick Woltermatt at the 51st minute with a 51st minute goal and a 59th minute goal.
Whoa!
Yeah, baby. We're off and running. 2-2, and we're going, and it's fun, and it's great. And then Union Berlin went, hey, know what'd be cool as a Christmas? No, Pivok you're cutting in there. He did have a showing. He didn't do much. So Pivok did get in the match. He did play 20 minutes, didn't do much. But the goalkeeper, like a Christmas gift, what would you do? What would be, if you were a player, Brooks?
Yes.
What would be a wonderful Christmas gift for you if you played 138 Bundesliga matches and something didn't happen? 138 of them. It's Christmas.
Didn't happen?
That's
Yes.
something. It's a nice. What happened?
Yeah.
Like a
A
goal?
miracle?
Like a goal.
Oh, a Christmas miracle?
Oh, a Christmas gift.
Okay.
A miracle
Miracle.
gift.
There you go.
Right. Then here comes the Christmas miracle where the goalkeeper decided to just give a certain defensive midfielder, Antikin Kazazor of Stuttgart,
Oh yeah, one of
his
my favorites.
first ever Bundesliga goal in 138 matches. Actually, I think it was his first ever Bundesliga goal, period. He's scored in the Pokal and other places, but never in the Bundesliga. But it's been 138 matches since he's actually scored.
So the Union Berlin goalie.
Coughed it right up to him, right? He's just standing at, like, in top of the 18.
All right.
Just hanging out.
Here's a goal.
Here you go.
Having a pizza?
He went to go pass right, and Kazazor put out his left foot.
That's a goal. He pulled an Onana pretty much.
Yeah.
Here's a goal.
Yeah,
Just put it on goal.
Just
Put it
gave
on
it-
frame and see what happens.
3-2.
Woo!
That's the game
Moving
winner.
on up.
Nate was happy. Christmas has come again.
Yeah.
In other matches, Leverkusen made easy work of St. Pauli, scoring 2 goals in the start. Just like, I don't know.
Cruising. Florian Wirtz doing the job again, man.
They both scored and then just went, let's hang out.
Cool.
Jerks Munich. Sorry for all the Munich fans.
Bayern Munich.
When I turned in, that game wasn't that great. And then they decided to score 4 goals really quick.
Musiala, right? So you have two.
Keno Musa 2, one with one at 90+1. in France Cup.
And rumor has it they're working. They're very close. Bayern and Musiala's agents are very close on a new contract. It is coming soon.
Yeah, good for them. Whatever.
Yep.
Then our American standout Maloney. He
Oh,
had the most tackles in that game, playing a full 90 minutes. Good for him. Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. Always good to see a U.S. men's national team player getting a full 90.
Yeah.
Then you know what? I hate Frankfurt. You have one job. Go beat a bottom team. Just go beat them, right?
Yep.
Keep on pace.
Typical Frankfurt, though.
Keep on pace. Keep on pace with.
Weren't they up to 5th?
They're second.
Second.
There was a second?
Hold on. Keep on pace with Munich. That's all I want you to do.
It's not hard when you play the bottom team.
Just don't tie them.
Oh.
Leading goal scorer of the league, or one of them, top 2.
Did they tie Bochum?
They tied Augsburg. Pay attention, Brooks said that in the beginning.
Sorry, my bad. My bad.
God. So that was great for them.
Oh,
Leipzig end up making easy work of Hulse Kiel, 2-0. Don't worry, Brooks. Kiel's at the bottom of the table.
American owned, by the way.
Who's that?
Hosting
It's Hosting Kiel?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
Right.
they suck.
Very nice.
Anyways,
Yes.
and then we had a Gio signing. He
Oh!
played more than 1 minute.
No.
Yes, sir.
His mom must have been putting in a lot of texts this week.
Lots of phone calls, and everyone is injured.
Oh, that'll help too. That'll help too. How long did he play? Do we know?
He played about 20 minutes. He got in there. He played a good chunk of 20 minutes there. Good for Gio.
Did you see Landon Donovan said he should come back to MLS?
He should come back to the MLS
He needs
at
to
this
play.
point.
He had 10 of 13 passes. He actually created a chance. It went wide in the 1-1 draw versus Gladbach. So
All right.
yeah, he got in. He got in some time. He got in on the ball. It was-
What are the chances of Gio Reyna getting to the U.S. national team's January camp?
I hope not. Anywho,
No.
Scully also played a
Usually
full 90.
domestics.
Scully played a
Oh, it's
full
only
90.
domestics?
That's usually domestic.
Oh, yeah,
Sorry,
you're
guys.
right.
They're
Apologies.
playing in the Januaries. Scully
You're
played a
right.
full 90 in that minute, and that pretty much rounds out the Bundesliga chat time for you, if you will.
Bundesliga chat time was quick as hell with Nate today.
I try to keep a rapid fire. Just
Yeah,
keep
that
it
was
interesting.
quick.
League
man.
2,
Fun.
both Americans played for Gunter Firth,
Okay.
Julian Green,
Julian Green.
and that center back kid. Both played full 90, contributed there.
Very nice. All right. Well, that'll wrap us up for Bundesliga chat time with Nate for this week. Bundesliga chat time brought to you by our friends at Soccer World. All right.
I got a sponsor?
They love you, Nate.
What?
They love you.
Nice.
Yeah. You know, the funny thing is, every time I talk to people about our show and they know about our show and they're not sitting in hot tubs taking selfies.
I wish I was a hot tub.
I know, me too. But they're like, oh, yeah, we love when you guys talk. You, Nate, and Brooks. Yeah, they always say your name first. I don't know why. It's not Brooks and Nate, but, you know.
You just said you, Nate Brooks, though.
Well, they're talking to me. They're like, me, Nate,
So I'd be
Brooks.
second, though.
No, but yeah, I mean,
They don't say Nate,
you
and Brooks.
They're not going to be like, we love like Nate, Brooks, and you because they're talking to me. I mean,
No, but technically I'm second.
okay. Well, what they always mention you second and him third. I don't know why they don't mention Brooks second, and you third.
Two more quick things. Sorry about that. Pokal was this during the week. Stuttgart is moving on to the final 8.
There was an upset too.
There was a lot of upsets.
I say there was a couple of Division 4 teams.
There's a lot of upsets. So Stuttgart moved on. Freiburger's out because Bielefeld decided to beat them. Munich got knocked out by Leverkusen. Bremen is moving on. Augsburg is moving on. RB Leipzig's moving on. Wolfsburg's moving on. And Cologne's moving on. So the draw hasn't been for the final 8 yet.
Nice.
But Stuttgart's chances, and actually, Pokal becomes fun because everyone's chances of not the same guys have just been increased because Leverkusen won last year, and they're still in. But we'll see. With Munich out, it's an open ball game right now.
So if anybody's wondering what the DF Pokal is, it is the equivalent to the FA Cup in England. So yes, it's a big deal.
One
it's
and done.
A chance
One and done.
to win a trophy.
Yep. One and done. Well, it's the second trophy of Germany. We only have really 2, the league and this.
Bundesliga, then the Pokal.
And it's a one and done competition. You win and move on.
Yep.
Stuttgart moved on up with their win. They got to play Young Boys. Those are single young boys. Good struggle. But hopefully they're going to keep on their winning ways with Heidenheim, St. Pauli, and Augsburg being their next 3 opponents. And they're all pretty bad.
All right.
And on the other side, Munich, unfortunately, play Shakhtar. So they'll beat them.
They'll win.
Mainz, they'll beat them. Leipzig, upset, please.
I need Leipzig to play very bad whole year.
Yeah, no,
especially this week.
They'll play bad for you this week, and then they can, go back to that's the big Friday game.
Deal. Let's do that. Deal.
They'll probably fire the coach by then.
So they're
hire Klopp.
Leipzig are playing Tuesday against Villa in the Champions League. Then they got to play Friday.
No, they're
was that the follow?
Friday the 20th.
The following then. Okay.
And then everyone's off for winter break.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. All right. We're gonna come back with MLS Cup, and then I've got a really fun game that I want everybody to participate in. We'll be right back right after. All right, welcome back, friends. All right, we're going to talk MLS Cup. We have the MLS season has been completed. We have an MVP that's been awarded. We have a MLS champion that's now in the books for 2024. What a great game, by the way. In my opinion, a great billboard for from the league. I thought you've got 2 of the top teams of the year. You've got Red Bull from New York. You've got LA Galaxy from LA. The game that was played in LA because the Galaxy are the higher seed. Brooks, this game kind of had it all, man. I thought it was a great game, back and forth, some tactical decisions from the coaches, some really nice tactical play, some good goals, early goals, by the way.
Yeah, no, it was good. You got you got Red Bull, who were the 7th seed, in the Eastern Conference, and then the LA Galaxy were the 2 seeds. So, parity there. We got a high seed from the Western Conference, but you can play your way through as a lower seed, if you catch a hot streak in the playoffs here. So that's what the Red Bulls did. But, yeah, no, it was a great game. It was up and down, everything you probably wanted. It wasn't like everyone sit back. They went at each other. Galaxy with 2 early goals there in the match. A great feed
Great through ball there
from Brugman
to Joseph Pansel.
Yeah, to Pansel, and he buried. And now Coronel probably should have had that one. Honestly, it was close enough to him where he probably could have got a foot on it, or he could have got a hand and saved it. I think that had to be
Brooks, I'm going to defend the goalie a little bit here, and I don't do this often.
No, you don't.
Listen, I don't like goalkeepers and I don't like referees, but we need them for our game, both of them. But Pansel took that first time and he hits the ball not at the goalkeeper, not within diving distance, like down. It was like right next to his right leg, or excuse me, left leg.
Yep.
And to the point where the goalie goes, do I stick the leg out? Do I get down? And he tried to get down to save it, and it just squeezed right between him and the ground, and it rolled in. But the through ball from Brugman, oh my word, just waited beautifully.
It was a good job to turn and receive and then play. He did a really good job. Now, I thought Cornell probably could have came out a little faster and closer to him. Down. Because he might have spooked him, and then he might have to try to go around him, and maybe a defender could recover. But it was a good goal. And then Joveljic had a great goal, but just inside the box with his right foot to slip that in the bottom corner, which was, I think Cornell was screened on that one a little bit.
I think so, but it was Joveljic as he's running past. He's running to the left, and
it was kind of an awkward shot. He was a little off balance.
It was. Defenders are coming straight to him, and he off balance kind of pokes it with his left foot to go back across the goal, and he catches the goalie sliding and just catches. I love those type of goals because those are like mind Fs, right? Like. Defenders don't see it coming. The goalie's moving and shifting, and he doesn't expect you to hit it back. The other, I thought, but 9th minute and the 13th minute, and LA Galaxy are up 2-0.
Yeah, and
like
that's difficult. Man. And then obviously, Red Bull answer back with a scramble in the box off a corner shot. Nealis puts that in the center back, and then unfortunately, the Red Bull had opportunities in the second half. It was very much dominant by the Red Bull, but Galaxy caught them in transition. But credit to Ile and the back line, they tracked back. They did well to make sure.
Firm.
Yep, they did. And listen, I think for this game, I think it's very good to note that yes, there were a lot of international players like Forsberg and Royston start. Obviously Joveljic coming over from the Bundesliga and making a name here in this league, and Yoshida, coming over here, and Ricky Puig and whatnot. But I think there's one thing to note of like the Red Bull playing 3 academy players, Daniel Edelman, Peter Stroud, and John Tolkien. I think that's awesome to see as well. And then, a couple college draft picks, Dylan Nealis out of Georgetown, Sean Nealis out of Quinnipiac. I mean, that's pretty awesome to see, pair up with all the other guys. And then LA Galaxy, McCarthy's he went to LaSalle. And then John Nelson from UNC, who was a draft pick who bounced around a little bit and has finally found a place in LA. So, and that's, everyone says, domestic players can't play at that level and whatnot, and young kids can't play in there. And Daniel Edelman was good for them for Red Bull, and John Nelson's been a solid left back, and McCarthy's been a good goalkeeper for the Galaxy for the season, and Stroud's been a very serviceable MLS domestic player. So they've done. It's nice to see a lot of diversity within the lineups, and then Americans can mesh with the international players and still produce good players and good soccer.
Officially, the LA Galaxy, for the 6th time in their history, have won the MLS Cup. That was the 29th season in MLS. Yes, Nate, question in the back.
So,
yes, sir.
I was right once again. The team with the most Germans on the field.
Won.
Oh. LA Galaxy was smart enough to field 3 former German players.
All right.
Royce, Yoshida, and
Joveljic. Yeah.
Yoshida had a long career.
And by the way,
where did Yoshida play in the Bundesliga?
He played for, he was recently in the Bundesliga. He was in Schalke right before he came.
And the first domestic title trophy that Marco Reus has won officially.
Yes.
Also going to bring that up.
He's never won a league title. Until now.
He hadn't won a league title. He finished second 7 times in the Bundesliga.
To those darn Munichs.
We don't talk about them.
Yeah.
We don't. Munichs. But yes, good game.
So, good game there.
Just see how everyone, can LA, do the same thing next year, the Galaxy? I mean, LAFC are probably going to reload. Red Bull, are they going to stick with the same squad? Are they going to add a few guys? I mean, they don't go out and do a lot of crazy spending. NYCFC obviously wants to to be back there. They just lost their coach. I think he's going to coach women's soccer. Cushing, I think, left to go coach one of the EPL women's teams.
Okay.
So, then they're getting a new stadium in the Bronx here in a couple years. So, but yeah, interesting to see how. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Just see how it goes. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, listen, this MLS roundup is brought to you by the Michigan Jaguars, one of our favorite youth organizations, the Michigan Jaguars, MichiganJaguarsFC.com for all the information you need about them. All right. The sky is blue, water is wet, and your MLS MVP is Mr. Lionel Messi. Did you expect anything else? Did you really expect it to be anybody else? Come on. Look at the season he had. No! Who else deserved it? The man is a magician, and he ran the league. Nate?
I was in and out of the MLS this year. I didn't watch as much because of everything else I was doing. But
It's all this stuff is popularity contest.
it is. It's a popularity.
Like the Blue Deal.
I will say it's a popularity contest. It normally is, but when you put it down to it, the minutes he was on the field, the goals he scored, and the goals he contributed to he was number one in all the lists.
I mean, Acosta was number one in assists and key passes, and I think he meant more to his team than, Messi.
Doesn't matter. He's going to go down to Miami in a hot minute here in a second.
Possibly.
The rumor is Kevin De Bruyne could be heading over to Miami, but I think that's just rumors.
And technically, Bouanga had same amount of goals as Messi, but had more shots and shots on target than Messi.
But for minutes on field, because Messi missed a ton of
I honestly think Ricky Puig should have won it because I think he was the most impactful player for his team, to be honest with you.
Here's a real question. With Messi's injuries that he's been having, do we think he's going to come back here?
I think he'll be back. I think he will 100% be back in the MLS, yeah. I don't think he goes and plays anywhere as a loan move in the MLS offseason, but
he needs
obviously
time, I think.
He needs time off. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. He had an ankle injury that he suffered while on duty for Argentina, and he was out for a large period of time. But in my opinion, I think there is a limit to the amount of minutes you can play in a season to qualify to be considered for the MLS MVP. He played that amount of minutes and a couple and more. Sorry about. But for me, water's wet, sky is blue, Messi's your MVP. That is your MLS Roundup brought to you by the Michigan Jaguars. All right, now we're going to have a fun little game. Nate and Brooks, if you guys could break out your whiteboard and marker. I got a couple of questions here, my friends, and this is how we're going to do this. Yep, you got your whiteboard. All right. Whiteboard section is brought to you by the football doc, Dr. Zachary Atwood. He texted me all these questions.
You did?
Awesome.
Maybe. Zach, if anybody asks, you texted me these questions. The football doc, Dr. Zachary Atwood. Zach, you texted me these. All right. Are you ready for this? All right.
Okay.
Write down the first question. I want everybody to answer it. If you're watching, put your answer in the comments, friends. All right, you ready? Question number 1. Cole Palmer today scored 2 goals from penalties, correct? He did. That's not the question. The question is, what is Cole Palmer's McDonald's order when he goes to McDonald's? This is a real answer. There's a real story behind this. He goes to McDonald's once a month, and this is what he gets. What is it?
Gross.
The answer's gross.
All right, so there was a funny picture that was taken. He showed up to the drive-thru. The 2 people serving the drive-thru noticed it was him. They have a picture of themselves from inside the McDonald's doing the cold Palmer, the window open, and him and Cole Palmer in his car being like...
Are we showing our answers?
All right, yeah, I want to see... All right, Brooks, why don't we start with you? What do you think Cole Palmer's McDonald's order is?
McChicken with the milkshake.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Partially right. Partial credit. Nate, what do you think Cole Palmer's order?
Quarter pound cheese with fry.
Quarter pounder cheese with fry. Oh my. Okay. His official order is. Put your answers in below in the comments. His official order is that he gets double cheeseburger, 20 chicken McNuggets, and a strawberry milkshake.
So I was half right.
You were sort of right. You were sort of right.
Yeah.
Sort of right. I mean, double cheeseburger, 20 chicken McNuggets, and a strawberry milkshake? How's he keep that figure?
He runs a lot and has a high metabolism.
He does. He's only 22, by the way,
Yes.
so that probably helps.
Yes.
Brooks, you're like only a year or two older than him, so
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. I'm going to read you the news first, sort of sad news, and then there's a question that comes out of it. So just an FYI, if anybody hasn't heard this news, West Ham striker Michail Antonio, the Jamaican, right, Brooks? Jamaican
Yes,
striker.
he is. Yep, Jamaican international.
He was questioning whether I knew if he was Jamaican or not. He's obviously Jamaican. He got into a car crash this past weekend. If you've seen the pictures, the car is messed up, man. Michail Antonio is 34 years old. He played all 14 games so far this season. He was probably due to play in tomorrow's game, the West Ham play. He was driving in his brand new Ferrari. 12:50 p.m. Saturday afternoon, there was a phone call that came in that said a man in a Ferrari has been in a one-car accident. He hit a tree. At 1:45 p.m., Michail Antonio was freed and transported to a hospital. He sat in that car for 55 minutes before the ambulance got there, before the firefighters got there and freed him. They had to use pretty much the jaws of life to get him out. That's how twisted this car was, okay? He was trapped in the car. There were no other passengers. He was driving his Ferrari. This is not the first accident Michail Antonio's been in. He's been in a couple of other accidents where he's wrecked expensive cars. It costs him £20,000 a year to insure this car, okay? I don't think you'll be able to find insurance after this. I don't think anybody's going to insure him. Now, the police, upon questioning him, asked Michail Antonio, how fast were you driving?
Was he in a residential area, or was this out in the farmland?
Farmland, but let's say like driving through South Lyon on 10 Mile. So maybe speed limit's like 50.
But people always go faster when no one's around.
When you drive in a Ferrari. They said, Mr. Antonio, how fast were you driving?
Is this in kilometers? I don't know.
No, there's 2 miles per hour. Just 2 miles per hour.
Okay.
How fast were you driving? What do you think he told police? Now, while you guys are answering this question, there has been an update. So he was rushed to hospital. He was conscious. They said he has a lower leg injury, broken bone. He went into surgery for that. Honestly, because of the lack of updates, it is most likely a very serious leg break injury. Sitting in a car for 55 minutes with a leg broke and being stuck, that doesn't sound like fun, man. He must have been in some pain. That is torture. All right. He did give the police an answer. Nate, why don't you go first? What do you think Mr. Michail Antonio told the
193
police?
kilometers per hour.
What does that equal? What do you think? What does that equal out to?
He did the math.
193 kilometers per hour. Figure it out.
Yeah, I don't want to figure that out.
Of course you did.
I can tell you that's wrong.
Of course you did.
I can tell you that's
How do
wrong.
you know it's wrong?
Because I'll tell you it's wrong. Brooks, what do you think?
90 miles.
90 miles an hour. Okay. Now, he told the police he was going probably around 20 miles an hour. Listen, man, you hit a tree at 20 miles an hour, you are not doing the damage that he did to that car. I mean, if
It's a big tree.
if you've seen the pictures, like the front end
It's
is
smashed.
in. That car is written off. It's gone. Dude was doing faster than 20 miles an hour. I can tell you right now. That was incredible. Again, he had just suffered a pretty bad injury, and he's probably bumped his head a little bit, but you're definitely doing faster than 20 miles an hour, okay? All right, I got one or two other questions here for you boys. Okay, let me get back to it. Sorry.
Is there more orders about what guys order at McDonald's?
No.
We were actually pretty decent at that one.
All right, this one I'm going to include. All right, we do know that Mo Salah's having a pretty good year. Erling Haaland's having an okay year. Cole Palmer's having a great year. Who is going to, at the end of the season, be the Golden Boot winner in the Premiership? Who's going to win it? Make your prediction now. Is it Cole Palmer? Is it Mo Salah?
Are you going to write it on a piece of paper?
We should.
Are the board there?
We should put it up there.
Yeah.
We should put it up there. But I want to know who you think is going to win. Who's going to win?
Who's going to win what again?
Who's going to win the Golden Boot? Who's going to win the Golden Boot in the Premiership. So Mo Salah's having a great year, banging the ball in the back of the net, getting opportunities. Erling Haaland hasn't had that many opportunities, but he's still putting the ball in the back of the net when he gets a chance. And we've seen Cole Palmer. He takes all the penalty kicks at Chelsea. He had 2 today and took them very well. Who is winning the Golden Boot at the end of the year in the Premiership, boys? Do you want me to go first, or you guys want to go first?
You can go first.
I'll go first. All right. My opinion, I think Mo Salah takes it. I think Mo Salah is going to – I think he is going to take it. He's going to sign in a 1 to 2 year extension coming up here with Liverpool. The way Liverpool are playing right now, they are just creating opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. Wave after wave of just their players scoring goals. I think he leads the line provided he stays healthy. Brooks, who do you have as your Golden Boot winner? Cole Palmer. Cold Palmer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You think you're going to stick to that prediction, huh?
I am.
Stick with it. All
I
right.
don't pivot, Craig.
I noticed.
I don't.
All right. I like it.
Even though I was really wrong about Chelsea last year.
You were. You stuck with it.
I did.
You still owe us.
I did. It was looking like it was possibility in the beginning of the season, and then, yeah.
I told you, man, the last 6 weeks of that season, they picked it up, and they looked phenomenal.
Yeah.
They've just continued that trend and into second place right now in the Premiership. Nate, who finishes the Premiership season as the Golden Boot winner? Mo Salah.
Oh, then straight to PSG.
Then straight to PSG. That is the rumor.
And
That
straight
is the
to
rumor.
PSG.
I like that prediction.
Cashes out the end of his career.
Yep. I mean, that's a great prediction. I like
There
you
have
got
been
two.
rumors Inter Miami want him.
You got 2 predictions in one there.
I'm a 2-for-1 type guy.
Whoa.
And that's where he'll be able to extend his playing career, probably playing in a less busy schedule.
Yep.
And stay injury free.
Nate, that's a great
great
thought.
guy, Greg. A lot of people like me. Some people like me. One person likes me. Nobody likes me.
All right, we're going to finish up with some news and notes here, brought to you by Soccer World. Nani is retiring. Former Portuguese winger Nani, who won 4 Premier League titles and the Champions League with Manchester United, announced his retirement from professional football today. He went on to quote, "As everyone knows, everything comes to an end. I've taken the time to make a very important decision, perhaps the most important decision of my professional life, which is the decision to stop playing as a professional player. I'm going to, as they say, hang up the boots, but I do so with a sense of duty fulfilled." Nani scored 130 goals in more than 620 career matches and was part of the Portugal team who secured the country's only European Championship title in 2016. What a career he had. What a great player. Played for 10 clubs. As I said, won 4 Premier League titles, 1 Champions League, all with Manchester United. I do love his wording, by the way. I am going to stop playing as a professional, meaning he's still going to go out and play. He's still going to play in the 7v7 tournament down in Cary, North Carolina. He's going to continue playing in other little facets.
Charity games.
I love it. Well, but listen, man, there's nothing wrong with playing in tournaments with friends or whatever. Don't hang up the boots. Continue until the wheels fall off, my friend. But what a great career he's had. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap us up for the week. We appreciate.
Wait.
Oh no, College Cup.
What are you doing?
Oh my God, College Cup.
Yeah.
I did say we were going to do the whiteboard, and then
we'll do the
College
whiteboard,
Cup.
and we're going to guess who's going to win College Cup.
No,
All 3 of us. We're going to put that on the board.
You're just going to guess Ohio State.
No, I'm not.
You like Ohio
I may
State.
not.
You do. No, okay. All right.
So I'm curious to see what Nate wants to put.
Let's see. All right. So, listen, College Cup is happening. We have the 4 finalists. Brooks, I'm gonna put up the graphic. You ready?
Yes, I am.
All right. If people aren't paying attention, here's your men's finalists for the College Cup. Ohio State won. Who's that? The 13th? Marshall's the 13th seed?
Yeah.
Wow, the 13th seed. Why'd they finish so low this year? And then on the other side, you get Denver versus Vermont.
Yeah.
All right, Brooks, tell us a little bit about this and what's going on.
Yeah, so obviously we got Marshall, which is very much international dominant roster.
Yes, sir.
Playing in the Sun Belt Conference of West Virginia. So play a very good non-conference schedule and then a very tough conference schedule. Very good brand of football. And Ohio State, the number 1 seed, plays a very good brand of football as well. This is going to be an interesting game to see how both teams approach this one, because both want to get forward, move the ball, and they're not just playing the long ball game here. So it's going to be interesting how they set up defensively and whatnot. Marshall's been very prone in the past to overplay and make mistakes in the back. So we shall see what happens. Marshall led by Temu Okioshi in the middle, and Lineker Rodriguez dos Santos, one of their top midfielders and wingers in the game of college soccer. So we shall see how he does, but it'll be very interesting. Ohio State, led by numerous players. Michail Antonio, their winger, been a good leader for them this year. Max Trail being solid as a goalkeeper this year. So interesting match. And then the other side, the University of Denver, or Denver University versus Vermont. Vermont heavily with the international players, a little Canadians, a mix of Americans in the flavor too. So it'll be interesting to see how they do. And then Jamie Franks at Denver, former Wake Forest head coach, been at Denver for a while. Good mixture of internationals with domestic players who play a good brand of football. So, but anyway, so yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So it'll be interesting. So, listen, College Cup is on that Friday, and then we shall see what happens.
I'm going to put that graphic back up there. So the games are Friday. Ohio State is the second game versus Marshall. The first game is the Denver-Vermont game.
Yes.
With the final being on Monday the 16th at 8 p.m.
Yes.
That should be a great game. We can talk about the two finalists next week a little bit as well.
Yes, because that game we play on the Monday, and
Right.
before we'll have our Sunday night show.
Right, exactly. So I'm interested to see. I'm really hoping Ohio State can get through to the final and carry that torch for the Big Ten. They've had a hell of a year, man. They have had a hell of a year.
They just beat Wake Forest 3-0 at home, and that Wake Forest isn't a team to joke about, man. They're really good.
And their women's program, the Wake Forest women's program is pretty damn good as well, right?
Yeah, UNC. So tomorrow night will be the NCAA Women's College Cup final. That'll be between UNC and Wake Forest. So an all ACC final and an all in-state final. So they should draw a heck of a lot of fans for that one.
Yeah, man. That's crazy. All right, Brooks, you know too much about college soccer, my friend. Let's talk about that a little bit more next week. I want to talk about the finalists. I'm really hoping Ohio State can make it through and carry that Big Ten torch. So let's talk about that a little bit next week for sure.
All right.
Make sure you tune in on the Friday for both of those semifinal games.
Probably ESPN, I imagine they'll be on. Or
It'll be on
ESPN
ESPN Plus. It'll be on ESPN Plus for sure. Absolutely, it will. Looking forward to see which two of those teams out of the four make it through. We'll talk about it for sure. All right, that will wrap us up officially. Brooks, wait, anything else? You know, no.
I'm good.
I that was my fault. We went to break. Talked about what we're going to do when we come back. I said we'll do the whiteboard. I said we'd do College Cup. My bad. Sorry. All right, we're out. Thank you to our partners. Thank you to Soccer World. Thank you to Next Level Training. Thank you to the Michigan Jags. Thank you to Thomas McGee's. Thank you to the Football Doc and to Fab Football Academy. That'll wrap us up for the week. Join us again next week. And be sure, if you're on any of the platforms, to give us a like, a share, or a subscription. It would mean the world to us. Until next week, we'll see you then. Cheers.
Cheers.